There's only one thing that bothers me about Yandere Simulator, and you're looking right at it. The name. The problem is right here. It's the word simulator. There have been many games with simulator in the title. Some of them are actual simulation games, but many of them are joke games. These games aren't meant to be taken seriously. They're supposed to make you laugh. They're supposed to be novelties. The word simulator is often used to describe a game as a joke. For example, referring to Final Fantasy XIII as Corridor Simulator because of the abundance of hallways. It's true that I used the words Yandere Simulator to describe the game the very first time that I ever spoke about it. However, those words were meant as a description and not as a permanent name. It's true that I've added many silly things to Yandere Simulator for my own amusement, and I'm happy that so many people have gotten enjoyment out of those little Easter eggs. However, those things were never meant to be the focus of the game. Yandere Simulator was always meant to be a dark and serious game disguised as a cute and girly game, similarly to how a Yandere girl is a murderous psychopath disguised as an innocent student. Yandere Simulator is a game about bullying, kidnapping, torture, suicide, and other horrible things. The protagonist is a monster who is incapable of feeling remorse for her actions. Yandere Simulator was always intended to be a stealth game. My intention is to develop a challenging game that will require the player to gain skill and master the game's mechanics in order to succeed. The current build of the game does not accurately represent what I want the final gameplay to be like. Let me give you a few examples. The biggest difference between the current game and the final game is how easy it will be to get away with murder. The final game should have at least 90 students attending school, which will make it very difficult to commit murder without a witness. This is why Yandere Vision will be important, because it allows you to see where potential witnesses are. This is why filling out the student info screen is important, because it causes students to appear in Yandere Vision. Sanity is also supposed to be a very important aspect of the game. The lower Yandere-chan's sanity is, the more sadistic she will be when killing students. This will cause killing animations to last a long time. Right now, it's very easy to slaughter everyone at school, because the killing animation is so fast. However, with each kill, Yandere-chan's sanity drops. This should cause each subsequent killing animation to last much longer, giving all of the students around you the opportunity to run away as Yandere-chan slowly and sadistically murders her latest victim. I may decide that, if multiple students witness murder, they will all simultaneously attempt to restrain Yandere-chan. In other words, committing murder in front of multiple students might cause them to swarm Yandere-chan and result in a nearly automatic game over. I've put many hours of thought into Yandere Simulator's game mechanics. I want to build a name for myself as a competent game designer who knows how to create a game that requires skill and intelligence to beat. There are many gameplay mechanics that I still need to implement before Yandere Simulator can deliver the experience I'm aiming for. I'm not saying that it's a bad thing if you enjoy goofing around in Yandere Simulator. If you have the most fun when you're playing around with the silly Easter eggs, that's perfectly fine. I won't try to stop you or tell you that you're playing the game incorrectly. However, I want you to know that my primary focus is to develop a challenging, balanced, and well-designed game. When people hear that YandereDev is developing a new video game, I want them to expect good game design, not internet memes. Because Yandere Simulator is meant to be taken seriously, I feel like it's not appropriate to use the word simulator in the title. Simulator is a word for joke games. I've had fun playing these games, but this is not the type of fun I'm trying to provide you with, and not the type of game I want to be known for. It would be absolutely depressing if most people dismiss Yandere Simulator because they see the word simulator in the title and assume that the game is a stupid joke. That's why I would like to propose giving the game a new name. I've considered many names, but there's one name in particular that I prefer more than all of the other options. The word yanderu is the Japanese word for mental illness. The word dere is a Japanese word for showing strong affection. Combining yanderu and dere gives you yandere. There is no direct English equivalent of the word yandere, but there are equivalents for yanderu and dere. After considering the best combinations of these words, I've arrived at the name lovesick. The word lovesick refers to the negative feelings associated with rejection, unrequited love, or the absence of a loved one. The meaning of the word love is self-explanatory, but the word sick could be interpreted as disgusting or mentally ill. I believe that lovesick is the best name for a game that attempts to simulate the experience of being a yandere girl. I think that it's possible to take a game seriously if it's named lovesick. That, and it has way less letters and way less syllables than Yandere Simulator. What a mouthful. Of course, there is a pretty obvious problem with renaming the game. The name Yandere Simulator has been in use for over 20 months now. Many people are familiar with this name. Yandere Simulator has become a brand name that people recognize. What if someone does a search for Yandere Simulator and they can't find what they're looking for because they're not aware that they should be searching for lovesick instead? I can think of at least one possible solution: a subtitle. If the game's official title is Lovesick Yandere Simulator, then the game will still appear when you do a search for the words Yandere Simulator. This way, it would still be easy for people to find the game formerly known as Yandere Simulator. You could say either Lovesick or Yandere Simulator, and people would know what game you're talking about, because all of those words appear in the game's title. Wait a minute. Before I commit to this, I should make sure that nobody else has created a game named Lovesick. What? Somebody else already made a game named Lovesick? Well, what's it about? Oh, it's about a bride and a groom pooping and vomiting everywhere. I see. Congratulations on using the name Lovesick before I could. Well, the only thing that could actually stop me from using the name Lovesick is if someone else has trademarked the name. Let's go to the United States Patent and Trademark Office and find out if anyone has trademarked the word lovesick. It looks like the word lovesick has been trademarked for selling clothing and fashion accessories and for wedding reception services. However, nobody has trademarked the word for the purpose of a video game. It's still up for grabs in that regard. However, I really would rather have a title that nobody has trademarked so that I don't have to worry about any legal headaches once I actually start to sell the game? Well, before I commit to any name, lovesick or otherwise, I should ask you, the community, to tell me how you feel about changing the game's name. I'm going to create 2 polls. The first poll will ask, should I keep the name Yandere Simulator? Or should I change the game's name, so that people won't assume it's a joke game? The second poll will ask, how do you feel about the name Lovesick? If most people want me to change the game's name, but hate the name Lovesick, then the next step would be to come up with a bunch of alternate names and ask the community to choose the one they like the best. I'm also going to create several other polls so that I can learn more information about the demographic that is interested in this game. How old are you? What is your gender? And what do you want from Yandere Simulator? Thank you for following the development of this game, right here. This one. Thanks.